and the Gamecocks put together a complete game and win for the first time in the swamp since 2014? Or will the Gators be eating rooster as they become bowl eligible? Y'all come on in, sit down, and I will preview this upcoming matchup. Time. What's up, college football fans? A member of Gamecock Nation, it's your man Gamecock Chuck coming at you today. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about this upcoming matchup between Florida and South Carolina that's happened Saturday at 4 o'clock on the SEC Network. I'm going to give you a little bit of statistics. I'm going to talk about some key players for each team, and then I will give you some keys to the game as far as what could lead to a victory for each team, and then I'll give you my final score prediction. Hey, before we do that, though, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, share, and comment on this video. Let me know y'all's prediction. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Let's get into it. South Carolina is on the road Saturday as they go down to the swamp to take on Florida. Right now, South Carolina is an 8-point underdog, and according to the ESPN FPI, they only have a 29.2% chance of beating the Gators this weekend. Last year, South Carolina was able to handle the Gators at home, 40-17. You know, South Carolina was an underdog in that game as well, but they managed to dominate that game from start to finish, which kind of led to the firing of Dan Mullen. Kind of helped out, you know, speed up the process of firing Dan Mullen, getting him out of there, and getting Billy Napier in. If South Carolina can win this Saturday, it'll be the first time they had 3 straight SEC road wins since 2011. You know, when you look at these two teams, both of these teams are statistically, they're both pretty even across the board. Be quite honest with you, they both kind of terrible to watch at times. Both of them struggle against stopping the run. I'll get into that a little bit later. Both of them struggle against stopping the run. South Carolina, they can't seem to find or put any kind of offense together, string together some quality possessions. It's just, they just both kind of hit or miss in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you guys think, but that's my opinion. I think they kind of both hit or miss when it comes to these two teams. Like I said, they're pretty much evenly across the board statistically. Florida is led by quarterback Anthony Richardson. His numbers on the year is 1,839 yards. He got 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and he's completing 56% of his passes. In comparison, South Carolina is led by Spencer Rattler, which he has 1,837 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, but he's completing his passes at a rate of 65%. The running back room for Florida is led by 2 stud running backs in Montrell Johnson Jr., which has 549 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 6 yards per carry. And Trevor Etienne, the younger brother of Travis Etienne, which is in the NFL now playing for the Jaguars, he has 467 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he's averaging 5.8 yards per carry. When you look at South Carolina's running back room on the year, statistically, Marshawn Lloyd is the leading rusher for the Gamecocks at 556 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.6 yards per carry. The thing about Marshawn Lloyd is he's banged up. So as of Wednesday, Coach Beamer said he was practicing good and seemed good to go, but you never can tell with an injury. So if he does not make the trip or if he does not play, it's going to be a mixed bag of Jaheim Bell, Christian Bill Smith, Juju. It's going to be, you know, running back by committee kind of thing. So we shall see. Hopefully Marshawn will make the trip and will be able to play and stay healthy during the game. And now we go on to the wide receiver room. You know, Florida is led on the year by Justin Shorter. He has 471 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he is questionable for this game. You know, speaking of injury, he has a hamstring injury, so I'm not sure if he can go. But if he can't go, you know, Florida has 2 capable wide receivers, big-time playmakers, and Xavier Henderson and Ricky Pearsall. You know, both of them have to step up. Both of them is having fantastic years, so they're not short on playmakers when it comes to wide receivers. So if Justin Shorter can't go, then the bulk of the receptions will go towards them guys, probably more than likely. As far as the wide receiver room for the Gamecocks, it is led by Juice Wells. He has 574 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. The thing about South Carolina's wide receiver room is we've not been able to, have a consistent downfield passing attack. We've not been able to get our wide receivers open. There's been some bad execution by the Gamecocks. So all around, playmaking, or from the play calling to the playmakers, can't really put all the blame on one person. But I mean, if we could get some downfield passing, attack going, and some of these wide receivers can get open, and Spencer Rattler could have time, in the pocket or outside the pocket when he's scrambling to find these wide receivers. And, we got capable wide receivers that could make big time plays out there. And Jalen Brooks, Leggett, Amirian Brown, Josh Van, all them guys. We got capable receivers to get open, and make big time plays. So, but like I said, if you notice these numbers that I read off, they all pretty much mirror each other. Florida, the only difference in Florida and South Carolina from a statistical standpoint is Florida is averaging more yards per game than South Carolina. And that's the only difference when it comes to these two teams. When you look at the defense, Florida, like I said, both of these teams struggle against the run. Florida is 116th in the country in total defense, giving up an average of 441 yards per game. And the Gamecocks is 62nd in the country, giving up 372 yards per game. Like I said, they both struggle against the run. South Carolina, they gave up over 200 yards to Vanderbilt last week on the ground, and over almost 500 yards, total offense to Vanderbilt. So both of these teams are kind of reeling right now when it comes to from the defensive side of the ball. South Carolina's gonna have to figure out how to stop the run, just like Florida will. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of who can control the line of scrimmage, who can stop the other team from, having big explosive plays. A couple key to victories in order for Florida to come out with a win is they need to feed off to the crowd noise. They need to have that home field advantage, and they need to feed off of that, and they need to make, South Carolina one-dimensional. If they can make South Carolina one-dimensional by stopping the run and make Spencer Rattler make big-time plays with his arm and his legs, then the Gators have a real good shot at beating South Carolina. When I look at South Carolina, the keys to the game for them is, South Carolina needs to create turnovers. They lead the nation right now in turnovers with 11 interceptions. So they need to create some turnovers, and when they do create them turnovers, they need to cash in on them. They need to get touchdowns and not settle for field goals. They need to cash in big time to make, Florida pay for their mistakes. And then the second key to victory for South Carolina is they need to set the edge, and them defensive ends need to trust the linebackers and the interior linemen to clog up the hole and to contain Anthony Richards and stop the running game for the Gators. If they can do that, them two things, I feel confident South Carolina can walk out of the swamp with another victory. Now, when I look at all the stuff I went over and everything we've talked about, Florida, like I said, Florida has the edge on the offensive statistics. Both of these teams are kind of horrible on defense, to be honest with you. The one thing that really needs to improve for South Carolina to pull away with a victory in this game, in my opinion, is their offense. I mean, it's got to start clicking sooner or later. And just by looking at the way we've played lately, the last couple games, we can't seem to get off to a fast start. And when we do get off to a fast start, we can't keep building on that momentum. So when I look at this game, I think the crowd noise, I think Anthony Richards with his dynamic and explosive playmaking with his legs and arms, and the weapons that Florida has is going to be too much for South Carolina in this matchup. And I got Florida winning this game 38-17. Hey, let me know what you guys think about this game. Let me know y'all's prediction. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like college football and Gamecock content. Hit the like button, share, and hit the notification bell. And like I said, drop that comment. Let me know. And y'all have a blessed day. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, Gamecock Chuck, I'm out. Go Gamecocks.